Hi again in the YouTube world, it's me, the Puzzle Master, and I'm going to do this video on the healthiest smoothie ever, okay? At least in my opinion. You get pretty much all of your daily requirements in this one, like, smoothie slash potion, okay? Because it's got a lot of stuff in it. If you don't want to add all of these ingredients, two ingredients that I'm going to mention are spirulina and chlorella, which are types of algae. Superfoods, really good for you. Or cocoa, and that's chocolate, but raw, like like no sugar, no fat, is just raw cocoa plant, like the bean. Okay? Now, those two things you can vary because dependent on your taste or flavor, but everything else in the recipe, I don't know, they don't have much flavor, so don't worry, you can pretty much just follow the guidelines and it should turn out pretty awesome, okay? So, I got a magic bullet for Christmas, and I've been using it a lot lately in making these smoothies. I've been like changing it over time, and this is kind of what I've come up with that's like my favorite, okay? And if you make it and you like it, let everyone else know that I'm like telling you the truth because it's awesome and I enjoy it and it's really healthy for you and tastes like ice cream in my opinion. Like if you do it with frozen blueberries, it will actually like if you in the cream, it'll like actually turn into like an ice cream as you blend it. It's awesome. Okay, so the first ingredient that you're gonna need is blueberries. Okay. And you're going to add about, depending on the container, half of the container of blueberries. Okay, so because my silver bullet, I add half the cup. Then you have to sprinkle some goji berries in, but don't add a lot, okay, because goji berries are a blood thinner. They're a superfood, but they're also a lot more potent than blueberries. And they taste different. I like the taste of goji berries, but a lot of my friends who I've never tried it before, have said that they're disgusting, and most people don't like it on their first try. I admit they are a little unique tasting, but that's why we only add a sprinkle of them, like half a handful, max. Like, unless you want to put more in, it's up to you, but in my recipe I always put a little bit. The third ingredient is protein powder. Because of copyright, I'm not going to say the brand name, but there's one brand out there that makes an amazing cookies and cream flavor, and I won't tell you the name, but I will tell you that the brand name is 2 words, and they both start with the letter M, okay? So that should narrow it down quite a bit, okay? I hope so anyway. Then the fourth ingredient, and that and for the protein powder, I only add like the recommended 1 scoop. Okay, don't like add 2 scoops. 1 scoop. Okay. Then the fourth ingredient is hemp oil. Hemp oil is rich in omega-3, and it's really good for you for like your cells and everything to function properly. I add 2 tablespoons of that. There's other nutritional health benefits, but I'm not really going to go over all the details. You can look them up. They're all really good for you. So if you combine them all like this, it's a really good smoothie. The fifth ingredient is coconut oil. Again, really healthy fat for you. It's unsaturated fats, and so there's no trans fats. It's not like animal fat. They're plant fats, which we need. I add 2 tablespoons of that. The seventh ingredient is chia seeds, preferably whole, just because when they're ground up, they kind of lose nutritional value when they're stored in a powdered form, compared to when they're whole, and then when you grind them up in the blender, it releases all of that into the smoothie. And for the chia seeds, I actually don't usually measure it out, I just kind of like sprinkle them in, but probably about 2 tablespoons. I wouldn't add more than that. It's better to bear under when it comes to the chia seeds because they'll act as a thickening agent, which won't actually take effect right away. If you put this drink in the fridge and go for it later, it will be a lot thicker than if you drink it right after you make it within the next like 10-15 minutes. So don't add more than 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. The 8th ingredient is cream. And you can top up the rest of the container because it's only been at like tablespoons of other things, so there's lots of volume left. Top that up with cream and milk depending on your preference, but I do it with just like pure cream because like it gets more fat into it and makes it more like actually like a meal. And then I also put the 9th and 10th ingredient that you can add if you want for preference, and I usually do add these, but it's just that it's kind of a long list, so unless you happen to have all these things in your cupboard, then to have to run out and go get them, I'm not asking you to do that, but if you want to make it like how I actually make it, to taste, then the other 2 are coconut powder, like cocoa powder? No, cocoa powder, and vanilla extract. Both of those I only add a little teeny bit. Cocoa powder I only ever add like 2 tablespoons, and the vanilla extract, the top of the cap, I usually just use that as a measurement to fill it out. And yeah, and then you have to blend it for a really long time, like not just like a minute, not just 30 seconds, blend it for a really long time, just because you have to grind up the chia seeds so that they're not like, unless you like it to be crunchy. And like some people actually prefer if there's a little bit of, I don't know, texture to it. I like it as smooth as possible, and so that's why I blend it for a really, really long time. And yeah, try out my smoothie and let me know what you think. Okay, thanks for watching.